Okay, good morning, everyone. We'll continue our book reading this morning, The Toyota Way to Service Excellence by Jeffrey K. Liker and Karen Ross. Still looking at lean transformation in service organization. Yesterday, we looked at the remaining part of the story or the ending part of the story in chapter 4, which says developing lean process, how NL Service Corporation was able to develop a lean process in their organization. One of the goals for achieving this lean process is one that Sam, the consultant, was seen as an executive champion. Secondly, she helps to create a successful demonstration and also puts together a team for their their experimental project. The third thing she did was that she began to educate them. Today on page 133, we'll be looking at few key points on developing lean process. Few key points on developing a lean process in an organization. Number one, so processes are theoretical concept that involves the interdependence of many people and the way their work is completed, not concentrate things waiting to be leaned out using a generic prepackaged solution. What it's actually trying to say is the lean process or the processes are theoretical. It involves interdependence of many people and the way they do their work. That means it involves different kinds, different teams and different team members in an organization and how they do their thing. So as a consultant or as someone who is trying to solve a problem in an organization, you don't just bring a prepackaged solution like we read in the NL Service Corporation stories. There were experiments, they had to go to the Gemba, there was supervision, there was observation to know what are the problems and how to solve them. The second one said we suggest following this 6 step as a general high level approach to improving process and simultaneously developing people in any organization. So one of the 6 steps is be sure that senior leadership is serious about the need for change. So before any change is effected in an organization, you as a consultant have to be sure that the leadership or whoever is in charge, the manager of that organization, is actually interested in change. It's actually serious for the need for change, not like dismissing the fact that there needs to be change or things has to change around here. And the second step is understanding senior leadership's vision and strategy to achieve business objective and fulfill the organization's purpose. As you can see, Sam didn't have a vision, but until Leslie stepped into the picture, Sam now had a vision for the company before any strategy to achieve a business objective can be fulfilled or before any purpose in that organization can be fulfilled. There needs to be a vision for what you want to achieve in that company or what you want to achieve for that business. The third one said, grasp the situation about how the company is currently performing in relations to senior leadership vision. Once that vision is created, you have to look at the situation. How is this company functioning? How are they doing? What are the things? What is the company's organization? What is the company's issues? What do they need to change? All the things they've been doing in the past, is it aligned with the vision you have now? And when you find out that it's not aligned with the vision you've come up with, that is when you know you have to start changing things. You have to start changing processes, company culture, and the rest of the things. Then the fourth one is understanding the current state of work process in relation to changes the business is facing. Your work process, are they also aligned to how your customers are being served? Are they also, what is the current state of your working process? Will it lead to change? Is that what is actually giving your workers, your staff challenges? Is what is the business facing? So it is very, very important to understand the current state of the situation the company is going through before you're able to effect change. Then the fifth one said, identify gaps and prioritize so that big gaps can be divided into smaller, more manageable chunk of work to be improved right away. An example of that is when during the experiment, during the observation at the Gemba, that was when NL Service Corporation found out that their most significant problem is when they have a 10-line transaction and they brought about solution to the 10-line transaction. They started, carrying out experiments one after the other, not like putting all the solutions in one box and using it at once. They started trying the solutions one after the other to know which one works best. And at the end of the day, they finally, achieved what they were looking for. There was a particular way to actually solve the 10-line transaction problem. Like I said, identify gaps, prioritize. So there are so many solutions, but you're going to have so many gaps, but you have to prioritize one. There were so many problems, but they prioritized the 10-line issue when it comes to transaction, and which was that 10-line transaction was going to close a big gap in their work process. And the sixth one says strive for the future state through small circles of learning using the iterative process of plan, do, check, and act. We could also see this step play a part in the NL Corporation Service, where everyone was involved in bringing up solution to solve the problems that the company is facing. Remember, what Nestle did was to divide the organization and brought about a team that will be able to do all these things. And when those solutions came out, they had to plan, they had to know how to do it, and they had to check if it was going to work, then act on it. That is, take action and introduce it to the whole organization's work process. So another key point in developing lean process is 3. Said traditional management system specifies solution and leaves the development of those solutions to team members. Whereas Toyota management system specify how to develop solution using the PDCA and leaves creating the solution to team members. The fourth one said instead of mechanically sorting problems and trying to predict what the internal impact of solving them might be, test quick countermeasures to learn whether solving the problems will make a significant impact for the customer and the organization. So instead of mechanically sorting problems, like, let's just sort this problem out now and there's a quick result for it. So it is advising us now that it's better that you leave the development of the solution to the team, like what they do in Toyota management system, specify how to develop this solution, why management should use the PDCA steps to carry out these solutions. It's just trying to tell us that even if solutions are brought up for a particular problem, it is important to test them and carry them out before you can actually decide which one works better for you. Number 4 said instead of mechanically sorting problems and trying to predict what the internal impact of solving them might be, test quick countermeasures to learn whether solving the problem will make a significant impact for the customer and organization. The fifth one said use PDCA, which is plan, do, check, and act, to check whether assumptions are correct or not through quick learning experiments. The sixth one and the last one said creating a successful demonstration project allows people to learn lean practices and tools through doing, and is a powerful way to engage senior leaders as they see business result and positive effects for customers and employees right away. So with these key points in developing lean process, we've come to the end of our book reading. So in summary, it is actually telling us that there should be a long-term vision and there should be a long-term learning, and every problem or every challenge that the company is facing should be a time for each and everyone to learn as they all bring up solutions and bring up tools to solve that problem. Not just a time for one person to just bring up an idea and everybody's just going with it. Like he said, a prepackaged strategy or a prepackaged solution to the problem. It should be different ways, and different experiments should be carried out on how to solve a particular problem, just like the NL services did. So with that, we've come to the end of our reading for today on chapter 4. Thank you.